Welcome back to Sip the Tatted Films, and I'm your host, Coach Evans, and just wanted to drop in and give you my post-game thoughts. It's a new day. I've had a chance to process and think about and kind of watch highlights and listen at clips and hear different people speak on it and talk about it and all this other stuff. And like I tweeted earlier, yesterday was an emotional roller coaster. Um, I think we were the better team. The better team didn't win. Well, let me take that back. I think we played the best. I think we played the best, but the best team that plays don't always win because of whatever situations pop off. So let's just kind of run through what went on, and I can just kind of get it off my chest with what's going on. Well, obviously we lost the game 17-24. Had the game tied up 17-17 with a chance to take the lead, and then the inevitable happened. Snoop tried to jump over the top from 6 yards out. I'm joking. From 2-ish yards out. Never reached the goal line, and I think Wilson knocked the ball out, and one of their defensive linemen picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. In that moment, I instantly got transported back to the Buffalo game in 2019. I got transported all those feelings from that Buffalo game when we were favored and thought we had the team to go to the Super Bowl and do great things. All those feelings came back up. Dejection, sadness, just a plethora of emotions that I really can't describe. But I was transported back to that spot. Again, before we get into it, Harbaugh said in his presser that, Snoop was supposed to go under the pile and he chose to jump over the top. Again, that's part of the crap that I don't like about it. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to throw him on the bus like that. You did, even if he did go rogue and he was trying to make a play, that was not something that you needed to say. You're saying that to neglect or negate the fact that the guy you hired called the quarterback sneak from 2 yards out, and it didn't work. Whether Snoop went over top or below, it's still, you had guys that were running the ball tremendously. And from 2 yards out, you called the quarterback sneak. And I caught something in your interview after the game anyway, that we were probably going to run quarterback sneak twice because it was third down. He was saying, get a little closer, and then he didn't really finish the next sentence because of the fumble. But we were probably going to run quarterback sneak twice if we didn't get pushed in that first time. So I picked up on that, but just Harbaugh itself is a whatever. Yeah, the roundtable is tonight, Brian. It's at 9 tonight. Let's talk about the play, man. Let's talk about the play. We'll talk about all that coaching stuff when I got everybody together and we can just, hash it out. JK, 13 carries, 62 yards, 4.8 yards a carry. No carries really when it mattered most. None. He was extremely frustrated, as everybody knows, with his comments. And I tried to find a video, but I can't find the video for some strange reason. But anyway, he talked about he's tired of, matter of fact, I got it right here. Hold on. I got it right here. Give me 1 second to pull this thing up. Let me share this with y'all. All right, there we go. And I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it says J.K. Dobbins said he's tired of, almost shit popped up. Tired of not getting the ball. Tired of being held back. Said Huntley should never been in that position on the sneak. Then he added that if we would have had Lamar, we would have won too. He went on to talk about a bunch of different other things about why he's tired and what should have happened. And you can see the frustration in his face when he was talking. He's extremely mad about them not trusting that he's healthy enough to be the guy. That's basically what it is. They didn't trust him enough to be like, hey, we're going to give you 25 carries. Get what you can get. Which is just crazy. Because whether you want to know it or not, He came back early. Then had to go back and have a scope to kind of clean up some stuff. And now he wants to be the guy in the absence of Lamar, and you're denying him that. I don't think JK's had over 15 carries in but one game in his career. Maybe two. I think one of them was this year. He had like 19 carries. Gus had 12. So you got this two-headed monster at running back, and they have 25 carries total. What kind of crap is that? But people want to put it on play execution. And yeah, there was some issues with play execution. Yeah, it was. You have Snoop. Snoop's not the best thrower of the ball. We have our O-line has been playing well over the past month and a half, 2 months. You got both your running backs back, and they're fairly healthy. Pound them in submission, long as you stay away from DJ Reader. And we were doing a good job of running outside zone, which I hoped we would do, negating Reader until later on in the game, and when he started just saying, forget this, and start WWE and Tyler Linderbaum. But still, even with him whooping Tyler Linderbaum like that, we were outside his space enough to where he couldn't really impact the runs for the most part. Other guys had to impact the runs, but we went away from it. We could have easily ran an outside zone in the red zone on the 2 or the 3 and, just block it up and let JK or Gus pick a soft spot and just hit it. Didn't try to do that. Went traditional football. Didn't even try to fake the quarterback. Didn't even try to disguise it. We went straight like we were about to kneel the ball with the 2 backs right behind the quarterback and try to push him in. So what does that do? That compresses everybody in the middle and puts Reader one-on-one with Linderbaum. That's who has to win the matchup in quarterback sneak to center. And he can't move Reader. So that's stupid, just to even do that, because Reader was impacting the game that much. He was whooping Tyler Linderbaum that much. And you still ran a play that he has to move or get some kind of leverage or some kind of push on DJ Reader. Stupid. But again, keep going on with the stats, man. We held Joe Burrow to just over 200 yards, which to me, the defense did a great job, man. And I'm rambling, so I'm going to try to wrap this thing on up. The defense did a great job yesterday. Held Joe Burrow to 209 yards. They only had 51 yards rushing. Just think about this. Anytime Jamar Chase has 9 catches, he probably has 125, 150, close to 200 yards. Jamar Chase had 9 catches for 84 yards. So what we did is what I hope we do. He was going to get his catches. You're not going to stop him catching as he's an animal. But you tackle him. I think there was only one play where he caught the ball and got a lot of yak, and it was on Peters. And we all know right now Peters ain't really a tackler right now. He'll hit you if you ain't looking, which he did Boyd. But if you see him coming, he ain't about that loud for right now. And we did a great job defensively. And I'm gonna wrap this thing up because I just go back and get mad again. What the good part about this, the effort. And I talked about it before the live stream, even yesterday. The effort last night was amazing on all parts, offensively and defensively. The execution was there for the most part. Roman called a decent game, but his situational play calling still showed his ugly head again because we had them off balance. We had them on the ropes, and we had them, in the corner and like holding on, and they messed around and grabbed us, and the ref broke it up, and we never recovered. So that it just summed the whole thing up, man. But running through this, the stat wise, Snoop didn't play bad. 226 yards. The interception early in the game, that was bad. That was bad on him. And then obviously the fumble, the 2 mistakes. His 2 mistakes really cost us. So, it's frustrating, but it's promising at the same time. And what I think is holding us back is the guy who's no longer under contract. So I wish people from going forward, let's not say fire Greg Roman. Let's just say don't bring him back because his contract is up. Just don't renew it. That's the people that don't want Roman around. Just let's stop saying fire. Let's get our language right. Let's just not renew him and not bring him back because his contract is up. So that's where we're at with that. And just looking at numbers, Andrews, I ain't gonna say playoff Andrews showed up, but I don't recall Mark having a drop. And he had some big plays that got us some big first downs. We even threw the ball to the running back. JK had 4 catches. I think Gus had a catch or 2. He did. Gus and Justice Hill. Justice Hill had 2 catches. Gus had 1. So we actually got the running backs involved in the passing game because we don't really throw the receivers anyway. D-Rob had 2 catches. Sammy had a catch, and that's it. So we threw to the tight ends, threw to – wait a minute. Where's Likely? Likely didn't have a catch. And Likely didn't play a lot in the end either when it was crunch time. So was he hurt? Because I don't remember Likely being in toward the end either when we needed to throw the ball. But I digress. Defensively, but then again, I think they played an amazing job. We won time of possession by 5 minutes, but defensively, Kyle Hamilton showed his butt. Salute Kyle Hamilton. He led the team in tackles with 9. Banged on Hayden Hurst, forced the fumble and recovered it. Hamilton showed his butt yesterday. Roquan showed his worth. Only play that I can really say Roquan had negative, he should have had a sack on Joe Burrow and got out of it, got a first down. Queen missed 1 tackle that I know of too, but he was his usual self. Marlowe did his thing. Pretty much everybody on defense did their thing. And I was calling it out during the game that when they should have isolated 74 a lot versus whoever was in the game. Put 3 on that side, make him block one-on-one because they were abusing that young fellow. And then when Jonah went out, their left tackle, we started getting a little push on the edge too, but we just didn't attack it. We should have just been constantly attacking that left tackle and that right guard. And we kind of put them in situations where they were allowed to help the right guard by, having a 1 technique and then nobody else on that side other than a 5 or 7. So we didn't take advantage of their weakness up front, but for the most part, we kicked their O-line's butt for the most part. And then we took away the short, quick routes because they couldn't protect for long periods of time, which was a chain reaction. They can't protect for long periods of time, take the underneath stuff, and hopefully they don't hit you over top. And they tried to hit us over top a couple of times. They were unsuccessful. T. Higgins dropped 1 on Juice Man. I think they threw it over top 1 more time. For the most part, they didn't go deep unless it was just some kind of desperation thing. But the defense played well enough to win. Now, I do have a question for everybody. Does the sack that Houston got, does that count towards his bonus, or is that regular season stuff? I don't know. Answer that question for me, because I know he needed a half a sack for his bonus. He got a sack last night. I don't know if that counts towards his bonus. So answer that question for me. Let me see. One more thing before we go, and I'm gonna get up out of here because I don't want to give too much up and we're doing a round table tonight. Okay, just wrap this thing up. Great effort last night. We had the Bengals on the rope. They were the better team on paper, but we played with more heart, played with more aggression, played with more physicality. So with that being said, man, we just snake bit. Everybody's showing support for Lamar today about his injury and how injured he was. Sammy even walked back his comments, his clown self, which he never should have spoke on it anyway, because why? Anyway, just shut up. But this is my 2 cents, man, on the game last night, and just thinking about it again, all the feelings coming back. We should have won the damn game. Should have. And they're talking a ton of crap. They were scared. They were scared and nervous. They should have lost last night, but they didn't. Salute to the Bengals. Go do your thing. It is what it is. But no matter what you hear them say in those spaces with all that hollering and Slick hating and Slick trying to talk down like they should have lost. We beat ourselves last night. We beat ourselves. And this is my last comment, and I'm gonna move on. It's tough to win games when you have to fight the other team and the hierarchy of your own team.